All right, ready for your TV debut?
Yeah.
That's awesome, buddy. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
Hi.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what do we got here?
We got Taro.
We got Kalo. So this Kalo is what came out of the ground yesterday. It's very cool.
My garden.
From our garden, that's right. It was the first Noguchi family harvest. How's that? People always ask, what can I, how can I farm? What can I do? How can I do my part? How can I help? How can I do my part? But it was cool that shared it. If everybody planted, what did you say, like 100 square foot? Something like that? You were talking about a bed once.
Yeah.
And about how like one bed.
Yeah.
And what's the average size of it?
What, like 3 by 10, 30 feet?
So like a 30 square foot bed, you can grow enough to feed your entire family.
Yeah.
This guy right here, what's it, 6, 12, 18, 24 feet long by 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
This is enough
75.
harvest.
Oh.
I mean, it's gonna go to like 5 different places.
Yeah.
So if you got a little plot of land, just throw something inside and see what happens. That's all you gotta do. At this point, we can, we'll show you how we clean off the roots, get it set, so then trim it down to huli to be replanted. And then we're gonna start to separate all the leaf by varietals. So we can cook each variety down and see what it tastes like. After I think this is the system. This is the closest to mimicking a river. But what Uncle Kia always taught us was, one is you never want to clean the taro plant holding it like this, because like you're choking somebody's hand. So he always taught us to clean taro, get the leaf backwards, and then when you pull, if we break these apart, when you pull the roots backwards, it snaps right off.
Oh, it's like how we clean kale.
Yeah, totally. So that's it. And then so roots first. And then
Second one?
can I borrow your pot here? Yeah, let's give it a quick dunk last. And then to trim it, it's about a 1/4 inch past where the oha ends and the actual corm starts. So I stick my knife in, turn it down, 45 degrees or 9 degrees, snap it off. And you turn it around, trim off the leaves, and then you can trim it down a little bit for huli.
Look how pretty they are.
Oh, yeah.
A little sadness about my dreams last night were that I like took our chicks to like a play date somewhere. This guy had all these chickens, and I couldn't find one of mine when I was leaving. And I'm like, who has my chick? Where's my baby chick? And I'm like, hey, Dad,
Food I know that I can eat.
you want poi? How about we make some poi?
For the chicks?
No, for you.
So my friend said that at the end of the day, it's about local people growing local food.
So now that we're ready to get going, wanted to get a pot ripping hot first, and we don't have a meal plan. I wouldn't say we do like a one weekly shopping. We're constantly sticking our head in our cabinets and our freezers on what we have, and then we sort of start kind of supplement it along the way. But we don't got beef, we don't got potato, but we got deer and we got taro, so we're good. And it's all a guideline, right? That's something that we talk about a lot, is that recipes are just a guideline. Once you understand how the recipe works, you can change it, you know? Deer is a protein just like beef, so it's perfectly fine. Taro is a starch, just like a potato, perfectly fine. I got my seasoned beer. Quan is, that's the flavor, that's the Quan, the secret juice. Taste everything. Taste it. But cooking is about using all your senses. It is about looking at your product, smelling your product, tasting your product, even listening to your product. What would happen? We got around 10 pounds of about 4 different varieties of taro. And the really cool thing about that I'm excited about is that it is the first time that I'm gonna get to try specific varieties of taro next to each other. We're gonna open it like a book, okay? So that's the bottom of it. Open it like a book. The guy right here, this one is Lena Lena. We can immediately see the difference in color. Carrots, kalo, squash. So she's been cooking for close to an hour. Let's see how she looks. There you go. Also make some bread. What else could we do with kalo?
We could pound it up to make truffles.
Oh yeah, truffles? Yeah, okay. Why do you think it's important to share?
Because sharing's caring, and you're caring about your family.
Caring about your family, yeah. Sort of how the Hawaiians view kalo as a family member too, yeah? Yeah. Good job. Good job. In fact. Love you. Oi!
So excited. Okay, so what is in here?
So this is ula ula kumu.
Literally, and I'm talking, part of the metaphor of the kalo plant is the whole idea of the makua, the parent, and then all the little keiki that come off. So the whole thing is considered ohana. And I know Hiapo Cushman, who's over at UH, talks about that a lot, that it's sort of a living metaphor of how we're connected as ohana here in Hawaii. So not only our ohana in this generation, all the people who are going to plant the huli that you brought and cultivated with your ohana, but also where you got it from. And what I love hearing is the stories of who gave you this and then where it came from. And you think that kind of connection takes us back hundreds and thousands of years, because each of those huli had to be planted and cared for and loved by someone so that it could get to us today. And then now we have that kuleana to plant and care for and malama that huli so that it can grow and become part of the next generation. So I always feel like it connects us both in time as well as within our own space of now. So it's a really
nice. Hui ho! If you pay attention to taro and you look at taro as like a human being, so many things just simply make sense.
When you plant kalo, the way I was taught is you're gonna dig a little hole, just a small one. We're planting in a mala rather than a lo'i, right? A lo'i is the flooded taro patch, but they can grow in dry soil as well. A lot of people weirdly don't know that. But you just make a little impression, and then what I learned is that you make a space that's from your fingertip to your elbow, right? And then that's about how far apart they want to be. And you can just do that in a little triangular pattern all the way through your whole bed. So
the kids have been studying all the different moon cycles, so they'll understand and appreciate why we wait. And then the other thing that's so interesting is, not only is it about the moon cycle, but it's also about what the kalo needs. So like we were talking about how 3 or 4 days ago it was a good night of the moon to be planting the kalo, but then we had just pulled the kalo that day and it wasn't ready yet.
Right.
Yeah. So that idea that you have to sort of respect both the sort of natural cycle that's going on around you as well as the cycle of what the plant needs and what the plant sort of is asking for at any one point. So finding that balance of needs and sort of opportunities is another good lesson.
That's why.
I always think from the garden.
Okay.
No, I didn't get to hold the worm.
Go feed it to the other chicks then. See if it goes.
They do like
Okay.
good with words. Everybody knows that I'm good with words. For a big horse shovel, this is a lot of dirt.
No, yeah, so put it right here. And one more. Get in there.
Mahalo for spending your Friday with us, hanging out inside the Noguchi house. I'll see you soon.